When I saw the Lunchbox for the first time, I really liked it. When I watched it again, I felt a deep, uncanny appreciation for it. And when I watched it for the third time while I was making this video, I realized that there was still so much in this movie that I had not noticed, appreciated, and felt before. Had this movie not won accolades overseas in various film festivals, I think this gem would have been lost somewhere, like any other critically acclaimed, understated movies in India. And that would have been such a tragedy. What makes The Lunchbox so special and unique is that it is one of those rare movies that successfully bridges the gap between art films or parallel cinema and commercial cinema. Art films are mostly known for their aesthetic appeal, their seriousness. The director in these films often wants to tell the story with the meaning hidden in symbols and plenty of subtexts. They want the audience to pay attention to the various visual cues to decipher the larger meaning. An art film might not even have a story driven by goals or direct messages. It often leaves it to the viewers to decide what they want to take away from it. The Lunchbox is filled with plenty of such subtext, and you will notice that it does not have a definite goal-driven story either. Yet, it never gets too serious at any point, nor are those visual cues or symbols are hard to comprehend. It is woven as a simple story of regular people, which is quite relatable and appealing to a majority of audiences. Sergeant Fernandez is a grumpy widower who is seeking an early retirement from work, although he seems to have already retired from life itself. He does not see any purpose in socializing or being friendly to any other person. Thus, after retirement, his only plan is to move away from the ever-crowded city of Mumbai to a more peaceful city of Nasik, where he wants to spend the rest of what is left of his lonely life. Then there is Ela, a housewife who longs for her husband's love, attention, and approval. And so she toils in the kitchen every day, trying new recipes just to impress her husband, who she feels is slipping farther and farther away from her. Her husband always seems uninterested. There is not even a single moment in the movie when he looks into her eyes to really talk to her. The few moments when they are having a bit of a conversation are those when they are not even facing each other. In one of the scenes, we can see Ela's reflection in the mirror, which appears to be facing her husband and trying to have a conversation with him. This very scene very accurately captures the desperation of a lonely wife who is trying her best to reach out to her distant husband, who doesn't even look at her anymore, but all in vain. It is rumored that the director Ritesh Batra initially wanted to make a movie on the Dabbawalas of Mumbai, which is the manual system of transporting lunch boxes with fresh food to and fro homes and offices across Mumbai. This system runs so efficiently all over Mumbai that even Harvard Business School conducted a research on Dabbawalas. It is said that the chances of delays or a mistaken delivery is lesser than 1%. Ritesh Batra very tenderly draws advantage from this small window and invents the story of the lunchbox, how the fate of two strangers collide when a lunchbox delivery goes wrong. And thus begins the exchange of letters between Ela and Sergeant through the lunchbox. The exchanges, even though quite mundane, keeps getting more and more profound with time. There is a certain comfort one feels in sharing their deepest, darkest secrets with strangers sometimes, rather than with the people we know, even with the closest ones. So it was of no surprise when the written conversation between the two keeps getting more and more personal with time. The movie also makes us relive the magic of writing letters, the world before emails, messages, and WhatsApp. How we used to get intimate with words and details as we had not much but a piece of paper to pour all our feelings out. And it is such a treat to watch the anticipation that comes with writing letters, as the two of them now eagerly long for the next letter to arrive inside the lunchbox. When a new recruit Sheikh arrives at Sergeant's office, Sergeant is asked to mentor him, and his discontent is obvious. The more Sheikh wants to seek Sergeant's guidance, the more distant Sergeant wants to be from him. But at the end, what connected Sergeant to Ela is what connects him to Sheikh as well, the mutual understanding of loneliness. When Sheikh tells him that he is an orphan and how he has led all his life alone, Sergeant feels it. And we see that Sergeant, as cold-hearted as he appears to be from outside, might be capable of empathy after all. The more Sergeant gets to know Sheikh, the more fond of him he becomes. Sheikh, who has spent his whole life without parents or any close guardians, is still full of life. And to see that despite everything, Sheikh is still capable of loving someone so dearly revives something inside Sergeant. After a long time, Sergeant feels that he too might deserve a second chance at love and a second chance at life as well. The lunchbox serves as a meditation on so many things by saying so little. The letters they exchange deal with some perplexed emotions and existential questions which are expressed in simplest of words. In one of the letters, Sergeant tells Ela, "People are very busy these days. It's like everyone wants what the other has. One cannot even find a place to sit on trains and buses anymore. The other day, he went to book a burial plot for himself near his wife, who is buried in a horizontal burial plot. But what they offered him was a vertical one. After spending half of his life standing in buses and trains, he will now have to stand even when he dies. How fair is that?" As the director Ritesh Batra puts it, that in his films, he wants to tell stories of ordinary people leading ordinary lives, and how much there is that we can learn about life by reflecting upon those mundane exploits of regular people. And this is where lies the very heart of the lunchbox. We get a glimpse of someone's hopes, dreams, fears, brokenness, and all those things do not look any different from our own, which makes it even easier for us to relate to those characters. As Sheikh says in one of the scenes, sometimes a wrong train takes you to the right station. A misdelivery of a lunchbox connected two people. Loneliness brought them together. And eventually, it was the fear of the same loneliness that saved them too. Ritesh Batra decided to close the movie with an open ending, leaving it up to the viewers to decide the fate of Sergeant and Ela. I personally want to believe that this play of fate between the two must have amounted to something. I want to believe that they finally came face to face and went to Bhutan together as Ela planned, spent the rest of their lives rather awkwardly in each other's presence, but always treated each other with respect and shared an intimate bond which might not be based on physical desires, but on their mutual understanding of how it feels to lose the meaning of love and being loved.